told center में खड़ा हुआ and only blackboard just that only face and this.
ठीक है
Let's start.
स्टार्ट कर दो।
Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about the first topic, that is resources and development. Resources and development, the first chapter in contemporary India, that is geography class 10th. So here we will discuss today resources and development. As you know, resource, what is resource? Resource nothing but as free gifts which is provided by nature. So for example, you see, in our life, to make our life comfortable, there are some of the items, we can name them. So where these all the items available, that is the nature. So you can say it's a resource. So our topic is resources and development. Let us define what is resource. Resource can be defined like this. Everything is available in the environment which can be satisfy our needs, technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable. I'll repeat once again. Here, the resource means everything is available in the environment provided which can be satisfied, technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable, can be termed as resource. See here, this topic is resources and development. We can divide into first one is introduction, resources and types of resources, and how we are going to utilize these resources. Just now I given the resource definition. Now coming to these resources, we can transform through various factors. That is, one is interrelationship or interdependent. The resources are interdependent on, one is the physical environment, that is nature. Number two is technology, and third one is institutions. So nature, technology, and institutions are interdependent or interlinked with the resources. For example, here the human beings, the people, we have been utilizing all the resources. So human beings are the major components of these resources. Human beings are the major components of the resources. So these resources can be classified into different ways. The types of resources. That is, one is natural resources and human-made resources. If you see natural resources, resources which are provided, which are given by nature. That is, for example, here also, this can be further divided into two types. One is renewable resources, and second is non-renewable resources. Renewable and non-renewable. Further we will discuss what is this. Number two is human-made resources. Resources which are made by people, made by humans, can be defined human-made resources. So here humans are also interact with this environment to accelerate these facilities for the economic development of a country. So these resources can be classified into four types. Mainly, that is, resources mainly can be classified into four major types. One is, that is already we discussed here, types of resources. Here, the resources can be classified based on origin. Based on origin. Number two, resources can be classified based on exhaustibility. Exhaustibility. Based on exhaustibility. Third one is resource also can be classified based on ownership. And fourth one is resources also can be classified based on status of development. So this is how the resources can be classified into four types: based on origin, based on exhaustibility, based on ownership, and based on status of development. Now children, we will discuss one by one. Here, based on origin. So here, these resources based on origin, further these can be classified into two types. One is, that is biotic resources, and number two is abiotic resources. Biotic and abiotic resources. Let us understand what are biotic resources. Resources which are from the biosphere. The resources which obtained from biosphere and have life can be defined as biotic resources. The resources which can be obtained from biosphere and have life can be defined as biotic resources, such as examples: human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, and livestock. I'll repeat once again. The best examples for the biotic resources are human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, and livestock. That is biotic resources. And number two is, that is abiotic resources. All those resources which are composed of non-living things. Examples: metals and minerals. Metals and minerals are the best examples for abiotic resources. So biotic and abiotic resources are the part of the origin. Resources can be classified based on origin. That is, one is biotic resources, number two is abiotic resources. Now coming to the second one is resources can be classified further. Number two, exhaustibility. Here also this can be further divided into two types. That is, one is renewable resources. Here we already were discussed here. Renewable resources, and number two is non-renewable resources. Let us understand what are renewable resources. The resources which are renewed. The resources which are renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical, or mechanical process. The resources which are renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical, and mechanical process are known as renewable resources. These renewable resources are also called as replenishable resources. Renewable resources also called as replenishable resources. Examples for these replenishable resources are, renewable resources are solar energy, wind energy, water, forestry, etc. These are all the examples for renewable resources. Remember thing, in examination type, renewable resources or replenishable resources. Don't confuse. Here, renewable resources are also nothing but as replenishable resources. Examples: solar energy, wind energy, forest, water, etc. Number two is, that is non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources. See, these resources over a longer geological time. Examples, minerals and metals. Minerals and metals are the best examples for non-renewable resources. Now, to form these minerals and metals take millions of years for their formation. Takes longer time to their formation, metals and. But here we see examples for non-renewable resources, metals and minerals. But here, some of the metals can be renewed or recycled. But whereas fossil fuels cannot be renewed. Once we exhausted of get their use, you cannot recycle. So here, metals and minerals are the best examples for non-renewable resources. That is, resources can be classified based on exhaustibility. Now coming to the third one is, that is, resources further classified based on ownership. Based on ownership. As you know, owner. That means totally it comes under private, independent. People have independent properties. For example, take own land. People are having so much of land. Even government also accommodated this land to them, the payment of revenue to the people. And some of the people also of the owners of that land. Some are landless, as you know. Even if you take examples from the urban areas, for urban people, most of them having their houses, plots, housing plots, vehicles, and other properties. So all independent, individual properties. So belongs to here, based on ownership. Now coming to the, under this ownership, now there is one word, that is communities. There are certain sources common to all people in the villages and towns. Which all the things common, please tell me. For example, there are certain places are common to all the people in both villages and towns. Example, if you take, number one is burial ground, public parks, library, and picnic spots. These are the common places which can be used by all. These are all the community places. So, ownership, community, and other things. Now, last one is, that is based on status of development. Status of development. This is also one of the type of these resources. For example, you see, there are abundant of resources which can be available in the western part of India, especially if you take Rajasthan and Gujarat. Enormous resources, potential resources available in the state of Rajasthan and Gujarat, but we have not been utilized because we don't have proper technology. We don't have proper technology and tools to utilize those resources. Examples, solar energy, yes. Solar energy and wind energy, lot of sources, but we have not been utilized. And second one is developed resources. Resources are available. Already we have surveyed, quantity wise, quality wise, surveyed, but we cannot utilize resources because of technology and tools. Developed resources. So this comes under this based on status of development. And the same way you can see stock. There is a word called stock. What is stock? abundant of resources are available, but due to lack of tools and technology, we cannot use the resources, so then it becomes load, it becomes stock. For example, human beings want to utilize the sources, but we do not find certain tools and technology, so that becomes reserve almost. So reserve, the word reserve is a subset of stock. So these are the total 4 types of resources. So here mainly these resources can be classified on the basis of origin, on the basis of exhaustibility, on the basis of ownership, and even on the basis of status of development. Even if you see here status of development also, if you take nation-wise, for example, frankly speaking, all the resources in the world, all the resources across the globe all belongs to nature. Technically speaking, if you take all the resources belongs to a nation. For example, within the boundary, within the distance,